A lot of people want to head out this weekend, maybe tonight too. A few days ago, you said this weekend might be a little bit humid. Is that still the case?
It's still maybe seeing some increased humidity, but overall the trend is going to be significantly cooler because of the increase in the cloud coverage that we're already starting to pick up on right now. 80 degrees out towards PDX, those clouds rolling their way back into the shoreline as the high and cirrus clouds find their way back over not only the I-5 corridor, but over the high terrain of the Cascades. Temperatures already cooling back this evening to the low to mid 80s for us up and down the Willamette Valley. 60s with clouds along the coast and still holding on to that summer-like heat east of the Cascades. Now for the remainder of the night, clearing those skies out, temperatures falling back into the low 60s shortly after midnight and then upper 50s as we prepare for an increase in the cloud coverage. Unfortunately, the fire threat still remains at least through 10 o'clock tonight for central sections and eastern locations of Oregon and Washington. We are talking about extremely low relative humidity values, wind gusts upwards of 40 miles per hour. All of this prompting several fires to continue to burn. The Cram fire, of course, out towards the central locations of the Beaver State, but our brand new fire starting just around 3 o'clock or so this afternoon, the Burdoin mountain fire. That is a cause for concern as the westerly winds are still gusting close to about 30 to 35 miles per hour for that Cram fire. Again, relative humidity values hovering right around 20%. Of course, that Burdoin mountain fire right along the Columbia River Gorge where the Dows are currently experiencing 40 to 45 mile per hour gusts, all coming through the Columbia River Gorge. As our fire threat remains elevated tonight, we see improvements as we work our way into tomorrow morning, but tomorrow afternoon, evening, it's right back to where we are at this point in time along the I-84 location, turning up the dials to about a moderate to high level for the southeast corner of the state. Just as well as a ridge of high pressure, the culprit for the high heat we experienced earlier in the week continues to push its way off to the west. This trough of cooler air diving its way further to the south. This is going to be our cooling mechanism and help to increase our cloud coverage as we work our way not only into the weekend but into the start of next week as well. So the next 6 to 10 days bringing us slightly cooler conditions out towards the west and southwest of Oregon and Washington as the chance of moisture increases ever so slightly. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean much for us because the month of July typically our driest of the year. As the clouds are going to be more so in the mix as we move our way into Saturday. I'm calling a mix of sun and clouds. That will carry us into Sunday as well, dropping the temperatures, but don't let this potential moisture on our forecasted model have you fooled. We will likely stay on the dry side until maybe Monday, squeezing out a raindrop or two. Tonight here in the city, increasing that cloud coverage after midnight, lows falling into the upper 50s, 81 degrees. That is our end goal tomorrow with the sun and cloud mix as Portland Pride will be pretty nice out there, 79 degrees. And for the parade, expecting to see those temperatures start off in the mid to upper 60s before the mid to upper 70s once again return. All right, Monday, more clouds, maybe a raindrop or two for a select few of us before the warming, drying trend takes shape by the middle of next week. More sunshine and returning to the 90s briefly by Wednesday before our next cooling trend. So it's been month after month. We see this roller coaster ride and it's taking us all the way through the end of July.
Well, you can't say we're not having a summer.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, we are feeling it. Thanks, Josh.
We'll be right back.